This is Jacqueline, Kalab makeup artist. I hope you thoroughly enjoy this interview with my dear friend and mentor, Rae Morris.
Hi, my name's Rae Morris and welcome to Jacqueline Kalab's channel. We're backstage at Melbourne Fashion Week where Jacqueline has been on my team for 10 years and she's going to ask me some questions. The question I get asked the most by up-and-coming makeup artists is, can I assist you? And how do I make it into the industry? Very long, complicated question, but you basically got to eat, drink, and live makeup, and also you've got to be prepared to work for free. And the number one tip I can give you is to become the best makeup artist you can possibly become, and the rest of it will happen for you. My most favourite thing about being a makeup artist is the unpredictability of my job. If I don't like somebody, I don't have to work with them again. And also just day to day. I mean, 1 minute I'm doing Melbourne Fashion Week, the next day I can be in Paris, then I'm touring with Pink, and it's that constant challenge, that constant, nothing's the same, everything changes. And the other great thing too, you get to see your work in print, where a lot of people in their jobs don't actually get something to take home and show what they've done. That's my favourite thing, when I can walk into a bookstore or watch a film clip or open a magazine and see my work. That's the big high for me. The toughest thing about being a makeup artist is the skill of having multiple personality that you must have. What I mean by that is every day is like a new day at school or a new day at a new job. Meaning that some days I'm the head of the pack and it's all about my creative direction, my lip colour, my choice of model, and the following day you can just be instructed, they just want red lips. And it's that constant balance of having extreme people skills to work with every type of personality. You're the first person to touch a celebrity or a model on the day. You're also the first thing that everybody sees. So the director and the photographer are all looking at what you do first, where kind of the hair and the styling, their stuff happens later. So it's that pressure of being the first cab off the rank and making sure that everyone loves what you do. And it is quite stressful. That's the most stressful part. The part of the world that people don't get to see is the intense personalities that we get to see, the early mornings, and also the time it takes to create some of the looks that we do. For example, some makeups can take 8 hours to create, or we may have created a makeup that we spent months designing and then it gets cancelled and we've got to change things. People just tend to see the after effect, but they don't kind of see the work. For example, Fashion Week right now, we've been working on these shows for 3 months intensely. So people to see this part and go, wow, you're working backstage, but they don't really have any idea of how many meetings and back and forth and emails and the prep that goes into a shoot. And also the stress, like it's a lot of people put a lot of money into their shoots. Some campaigns have spent millions of dollars for that one day on a shoot. So the stress is there, and the seriousness of some of our jobs, people, spending lots of money, they want to get a result. So that kind of the business side, a lot of people don't see. They think it's all creative and gorgeous and great. And no, it's a business. You've got to understand your client. You've got to understand the consumer who's buying that product, get inside of the psyche of people as well. So yeah, I think it's the business side and the planning that people don't see. Lovely Jacqueline just asked me why am I so generous and such a legend. I shouldn't say that. But the generosity, I tell you what my motto is, and it's what the man who taught me makeup, Richard Shara, who was David Bowie's makeup artist, he said to me, when you learn a secret, tell the world, because it forces you to learn new skill. And I went, you're so right. So every time I learn a secret, I tell everybody, because I've got to learn a new one. And even in my new book, there's an amazing scientific fact about beauty called Phi, or the Fibonacci sequence, that I've only actually discovered it in the last couple of years. And it's a technique I use on makeup pretty much every time I do a woman's eyes, and I've never really talked about it before. So I thought this book, I have to reveal this. So Google Phi, and in the book, you'll actually see why and how I apply this skill. Phi actually is a beauty measurement. It's a measurement of beauty where every woman that sits in front of me and all the most iconic makeups you'll ever see have a Phi measurement. That's a bit of a teaser. Too complicated to explain right now, hence why I wrote a book, and hence why it's 420 pages. The most rewarding thing about writing and releasing books, and on that note, here's a shameless plug. Here's my 6th one. It's everything I know about makeup. It took me 3 years. It was meant to take me 3 months. It took me 3 years. I think the fact that I'm dyslexic, I failed school, and to hear the word author and my name in the same sentence is absolutely extraordinary, which kind of says if I can do it, anyone can do it. So yeah, I think that's the most exciting thing, knowing that there's something that I absolutely thought I'd be incapable of doing, and then in fact I actually went and I did it. So that would be the most rewarding part. And the fact that it has gone, another shameless plug, bestseller. My books have sold 500,000 copies, highest ever beauty books ever to be sold. So that's kind of exciting. And it's an iPad app too. So the Fibonacci sequence is a mathematical sequence that has been embedded in the human brain. That this is a fact that we find anything with this mathematical sequence more beautiful, no matter your race or gender or age. Things that have a phi in Fibonacci. Fibonacci is a man that discovered the sequence known as phi, or the golden ratio. Things that are phi, interesting enough, are the pyramids. Aston Martin designed all their cars based on the phi sequence. Apple Mac designed all their iPods and computers based on the Fibonacci sequence. Faces that are phi are Cleopatra, Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt. Even if your face doesn't measure phi, when you smile, you become more phi. It's a very fascinating sequence that and the other actually what made me come aware of it is when I was working with plastic surgeons. Plastic surgeons use it to teach plastic surgeons. It's a very amazing, interesting fact that I think everyone should learn about. Okay, so I have released, another shameless plug, a magnetic makeup range. This was designed purely for me as a makeup artist. It was never meant to be made to be sold. I had a brush maker make them for me personally, and then it was just through requests from models and makeup artists I made them. The reason they're magnetic is because at Fashion Week you don't get much bench space, and brush rolls drive me nuts, and also canisters drive me crazy because you can't see what brush you want. So the magnetic thing keeps them standing upright, also keeps them more hygienic. And the main difference with these brushes is the shapes. They're all shaped into a point. Think like a calligraphy shape. The reason for that is they blend for you. The problem with brushes that aren't that shape, you actually create an edge that you then have to blend out. Also, the hair is the softest hair in the world. The softer the hair, the less drag you get on the eyes, the better the blending. So what would take a popular competitive brush, say, we've tested this about 22 strokes to get black eyeshadow perfectly blended. Mine's 3 to 4. And I've been very lucky. I've just had them voted by USA Harper's Bazaar as top 10 in the world, in the top 10, and then China Vogue and China Harper's, sorry, I'm going to edit that. China Harper's Bazaar is number 2 brushes in the world. And I've been so good. I mean, Dita Von Teese has them. The Queen of Guitar ordered a set. Who else about? Kelly Rowland. Sarah Jessica Parker ordered a full set. I'm not supposed to say all these names out loud, but I just did. And yeah, so it's actually been very, very exciting to, for it to go as well as it has. Now I'm embarrassed talking about myself that much. What motivates me with books and the brushes, I actually don't have foresight of what it's going to take on, because honestly, if I knew what that book would have taken, I never would have done it. Brushes are the same. These things happen organically to me. I just start and I go, yeah, I'll make a foundation brush, and then I just can't say no. I think it's a bit of a people pleaser, a bit of anxiety, can't say no. And then I get myself into this situation. There's no way out. I've just got to keep going. So that's honestly what drives me. Anxiety, lack of self-confidence, bills to pay. No, it is something that I think opportunities come to everybody. I've seen these same opportunities go to so many people that I know, and I just don't say no. I just think it's exciting to see where things will take you. But honestly, I don't ever know how much work is involved, and I'm glad I don't, because these things would have never happened. I'm very tired. Very tired. Thank you for coming to Jacqueline's channel. Jacqueline's a very special girl in my heart. She better stop filming me because she's got some work to do. A bit too much filming, Jacqueline. Time's ticking. Come on.